Good afternoon, I'm Sean Yao and this is One News Now. The province of Cebu becomes the first locality in the Philippines to relax their mask mandate in outdoor areas. Faith Del Mundo with the details.
Cebu province residents can now breathe easily outside as their provincial government relaxed their mask mandates, being the first place in the Philippines to do so. Cebu Governor Gwen Garcia signed Executive Order Number 16, which states that wearing of mask would now be optional in outdoor areas in well-ventilated states in the province effective June 8. Wearing of mask is still required in closed spaces and air-conditioned establishments. Persons who are sick or experiencing COVID symptoms like cough, fever, and others are still required to wear a face mask. While masking is now optional outdoors, it is highly encouraged to wear on in crowded outdoor areas. DOH Central Visayas Dr. Mary Jane Loreche says that face mask still gives protection, especially in crowded places. And despite low COVID-19 cases in the province, Alert Level 2 is still hoisted in Cebu up until the middle of June, while 100 cases of COVID-19 were reported in the whole region.
Our one Cebu Island, mapapansin natin that we have maintained our low cases, no? So yung mga bago nating positive or new cases are very, very small. And as a matter of fact, this is better reflected in our capacity utilization rate. Yung sinasabi nating hospital admissions natin, kung makikita din natin, both in the private and DOH retained hospitals, lahat po sila ay within the very safe zone.
Loreche also says that the EO is just a guide as people can still wear masks at their own disposal.
Executive orders are, given to us to serve as a guidance, by our leaders. And it can be executed because that is their prerogative. Being individual, with the right also to protect yourself and your family and loved ones, you can opt to continue on wearing your face mask, even if these are outdoor spaces. And even if you feel that you have been, boosted, you have been given you are fully vaccinated and boosted. Kami sa Department of Health, ang akin po dito ay, alam naman natin na 3 bagay ang dapat nating sundin upang tayo ay magkaroon ng siguradong very safe opening of our economy. And that would be maintaining our face masks. And then number 2, ang well-ventilated areas or outdoor spaces. At pangatlo, yung ating pagbabakuna.
The Department of Health did not confirm if they were consulted by Governor Garcia prior to the EO's issuance. But according to them, face masks can be removed in certain activities, such as eating, performing sports activities, and in well-ventilated areas. The DOH also adds that the pandemic is still not over and the public still needs to be careful not to catch the virus, like wearing of masks and vaccination. As of now, 70% of Cebu's province eligible population are fully vaccinated, according to DOH Region 7, while around 20% of them receive their first booster shot. Governor Garcia explains in the EO that provinces can issue such regulations under the local government code. For News 5, Faith Del Mundo, we are One News.
However, the Interior Department says that it does not recognize the order of Cebu Province allowing the optional use of face masks outdoors. In a statement, Interior Secretary Eduardo Año said they will continue to follow the IATF's protocols on the matter. Año added that the police can still arrest protocol violators in Cebu Province. For his part, Cebu City Mayor Mike Rama says that stakeholders from various sectors should have been consulted first before the provincial government issued the order. In other news, incoming National Security Advisor CLARITA Carlos wants to prevent the term terrorists from being loosely used in the field of national security. Speaking to the chiefs, Carlos said that the word terrorist has no strict definition and is prone to misuse. Instead, she wants criminals to be labeled based on the type of crime that they have committed. Carlos also said that it may be time to institute some changes in the NTF-LCAC, the agency tasked to deal with issues on insurgency. Some NTF-LCAC officials have been condemned for red tagging, an act which Carlos is vehemently against.
Paano ka pa magpo-progress from the definition of term? Iba-iba nga yung definition mo. That's the reason why, in the first instance, wag mag-red tag because it doesn't produce any effect at all, any beneficial effect at all.
And transport groups continue to complain about lower take-home pay amid soaring oil prices and insufficient fare increase, or the insufficient fare increase that was recently approved. MODY Floranda of Piston told Agenda that nowadays, jeepney drivers end up with just around 200 to 300 pesos daily earnings. This is below the LTFRB's estimate that the 1 peso provisional fare hike was able to provide drivers with 450 pesos in additional income.
Halimbawa, yung isang ruta ay nakaka-20 liters per day. Hindi alos umaabot po ng 1,200 yan o 1,300 sa diesel. Pag tinanggal pa ho natin yung boundary niya, nasa halos 600 to 500 pesos yung boundary.
VALBUENA of Manibela also said that the government's service contracting program is killing their livelihood. They are now appealing to the government to impose other routes for units serving under the contracting program.
Dadaanan po kami ng libreng sakay. Siyempre po, itong ating mga mananakay nagtitipid din. Kumukonsumo na kami ng krudo, bababa, lilipat doon sa libreng sakay. So pinapatay po talaga yung ating hanap buhay.
One News Now will be back with more stories after this quick break. Keep it here. are still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. President-elect Bongbong Marcos is still meeting up with diplomats weeks before his inauguration. Let's get some more details from Marlene Alcaide, who joins us live from Mandaluyong City. Hi Marlene, what issues were brought up in today's courtesy visits?
Sean, the meeting centered on issues relating to human rights, peace and development, which is timely considering that the Marcos camp recently announced the next National Security Advisor, CLARITA Carlos. In his meeting today, President-elect Marcos Jr. committed to a high level of accountability when it comes to the issue of human rights. This was what UN Resident Coordinator to the Philippines, Gustavo Gonzalez, told the media after their meeting this morning. Gonzalez noted that the gains of the UN joint program have to be preserved. However, they did not discuss the alleged human rights violation under the Duterte administration. Another topic that was discussed is sustaining peace in Bangsamoro region. Aside from this, Gonzalez and Marcos Jr. also talked about the preparation for the UN General Assembly this September. The assembly is normally held in the United States, but there is no confirmation yet if President-elect Marcos Jr. will attend this event. Yesterday, U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman said that Marcos Jr. could visit the U.S. as he has diplomatic immunity being a head of state. Sean, other ambassadors from Sweden, Holy See, and Ireland also paid a courtesy visit to President-elect Marcos today. Sean?
Thank you so much for that update. Marlene Alcaide reporting to us live from Mandaluyong City. Thank you, Marlene. Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. FIVOX warns of another phreatic eruption at Mount Bulusan anytime soon. This is after the agency recorded an increase in seismic activity at the volcano. Meralco consumers will see higher power bills this month amid higher generation costs. Households consuming 200 kilowatt hours could see an increase of 80 pesos in their bills this month. And April's unemployment rate has eased to its lowest level since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Philippine Statistics Authority reported that 2.76 million Filipinos were unemployed in April, lower than the 2.87 million in March. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.